Y'all, I just started filming even though No Air by Chris Brown and Jordan Sparks was on. You know I'm serious. Uh-oh. Hey guys, my name's Veronica and today I'm going to be doing a October/Halloween TBR. Now, like all of the rest of you, I consider the whole month of October to be Halloween, just like I consider almost all of November to be Thanksgiving and the rest of November and all of December to be Christmas. This is my most favorite time of the year. I love the weather, I love the clothes, I love the togetherness, I love the holidays. I just love all of the activities that surround fall and winter, the Christmas half of winter. Once New Year's is over, it's like, who cares about winter anymore? Let's get to spring. But anyway, I am going to be showing you today a stack of books that I would like to read in the month of October. I'm not a huge horror person or like scary books. I've done some before. I'm not opposed to reading some. I read this ghost book last year and I'd really like to read some more by that author, but I can't find them anywhere. Most of them are more fantasy than like Halloween spooky, but I consider fantasy to be Halloween because when you go outside on Halloween you see like vampires and stuff everywhere, so okay. I've already read 3 of the books in this pile, so that's at least getting somewhere. So I'll go ahead and show them to you. The first book on my TBR, which I have already read, is Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. I have had this book since I was in the 8th grade. I bought it on a trip to Washington, D.C., and I just haven't gotten around to reading it. I always thought it seemed kind of stupid, so I wouldn't read it, but then I was like, Halloween, vampires, and plus I have become such a history buff in the last few years, especially when it comes to presidents. Like, this year has been the year of the presidents for me. I'm so fascinated by them. So this book, if you don't know, is basically a pretty accurate historical depiction of Abraham Lincoln's life with one exception. It brings in this theory, well actually they state it as fact, that Abraham Lincoln was actually a vampire hunter and that basically everything that happened in his life was motivated by the fact that he was this vampire hunter and knew that vampires existed. The next book I have that I've also already read is The Short Second Life of Bree by Stephanie Meyer. I know, Veronica, you talk about Twilight all the time. You seem to really like it. How have you not read the novella? Okay, well think about what else you know about me. I don't read novellas or short stories that go with books, novellas, sometimes even spin-offs. It's not really my thing. I'm not a huge fan of it. So this was something that I wanted to read, but I was like, it can wait because it's a novella. If you don't know, this is book 3.5 in the Twilight Saga. It follows Eclipse. If you've read Eclipse, then you know the scene at the end where Bree comes in and she's barely mentioned, but Stephanie went and wrote this book based on her short life as a vampire. It's only a couple months. But I thought this was really fascinating just to see the vampire world from a different perspective. And the third book I have, and the third book I read, I actually just finished today, is Day of Doom by David Baldacci. This is the 6th book in the Cat Hills vs. Vespers series, which is a spin-off kind of. Actually, it's really not a spin-off. Okay, the 39 Clues series is more like a 39 Clues franchise or something, and they have 11 books in the 39 Clues part of the 39 Clues series. That's like the first series. Then the second series is Cat Hills vs. Vespers, but they both feature the same main characters. It's just kind of a different dilemma in both series. So really it's mainly one series. I don't know why they split it up into more series. So this is like the 17th book that I've been putting off reading because who wants to read 17 books in a series? I can't tell you anything about it, I guess, because it is the 17th book in a series. Okay, the next book I have is the book that I'm currently reading, except not really, because I just finished that one today. I've read 1 page of this. If you consider that currently reading, then sure. But that is Horns by Joe Hill. If you don't know, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. He's actually Joe King, but his name is Joe King. Joking. Haha. So he goes by Joe Hill instead because Hill is like an abbreviated form of his middle name or something like that. Right before the movie came out, I didn't read it in time to see the movie and I didn't see the movie, but I plan to after I finish it. The movie has Daniel Radcliffe as the main character and I will forever follow Daniel Radcliffe. I will love him forever. I will watch whatever he's in. So I want to read this before I see the movie. All I know about it is it's about this boy named Ig who, like, I think his girlfriend dies or something, and he has horns. I don't really know why he has horns, but he has horns. This is supposed to be a very creepy, very weird book, and so I am very excited to read it. Next two books I'm sure you all know quite a bit about. Those books are Eclipse and Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. These are the third and fourth book in the Twilight Saga. Last year, maybe 2 years ago, I reread Twilight and New Moon, and if you all are like an average person, New Moon is very hard to get through. It was very hard for me to get through, and by the time I got through it, I was just not inspired enough to go on to Eclipse. But after reading The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner and kind of not remembering some of the stuff that was happening, I was like, I need to reread Eclipse. And then I was like, might as well just reread both of them. The last book I have on my TBR is Dangerous Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is the first book in a spin-off series from the Castor Chronicles, the Beautiful Creatures series by the same authors. This follows Ridley and Link. Link is Ethan's best friend and Ridley is Lena's cousin. And they are a very, very interesting couple. I've always loved Link and been fascinated by Ridley, and I really liked the Castor Chronicles series, actually. Most people don't, but I really did, and so I'd really like to get to spend a bit more time in their world. Obviously, if you need a recommendation for books to read this Halloween, pick a book with a black and red spine, because that's obviously all Halloween books are. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you're going to read this month, if you're reading any of the same books that I am. If you've read the books that I've read, let me know what you thought. Let's just talk all about it in the comment section. I would love to hear from you all. And I love you all so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye!